It says that you're muted and that okay. You are unmuted. Go ahead and open up your video. There we go.
So you didn't
Tell
hear
me.
all the thing with me and my son just now. That's so funny.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, it was
No,
on mute. Okay.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like,
No, you're fine. You're fine. Well, welcome in. I apologize for running a little bit behind. I'm at my mother-in-law's house in Southern California, and all the kids are on Wi-Fi, and she doesn't have the best internet, so I had to go and switch everything up. So now we're on my phone on LTE. Okay.
I'm just glad I wasn't the one late this time. It's amazing.
No.
Yeah.
No. Well, thank you. No, you're not. You're great.
No,
So,
thank you.
You're welcome. So with that being said, welcome in. Are you ready? Yeah, me too. And this is recorded, so I'm going to send you a recording tomorrow.
Okay.
And so normally I have this nice setup and everything's here. So this is gonna be a little awkward for me in this position, but it'll be okay. So I'm going to kind of tell you, thank you, a little bit about, I should say, how I do this before we get started. And because I want to pack as much stuff into this as I possibly can. So obviously, number one, it's just going to be me. I'm going to have this little pen. If you ever see me writing anything down, all I do is scribble monotonously over and over and over again. I get anxiety when I channel, and so it just kind of makes it go away. The next thing too is people ask, how do we do it? So remember what we're doing with this is that we're asking somebody's soul or their energy, right, to come through and hop in somebody's body and say, hey, use them productively, right? Not everybody's been channeled before. I'm a tool, and they come on your energy and your emotions. So depending on how they were in life, if they were like a little bit more quiet, they're probably going to be more quiet. If they were more outgoing, that's what it's going to be. Like they're really just going to adopt their personality because that's how you lead them. The other thing too is how do they talk? So for me, it's a little bit different. So the first way they talk is in signs and symbols. So it can be something like a pineapple, which means I'm from Florida, just stuff like that. The other thing that they may show me, can you hear me better like this?
No, if you put it closer, maybe. Yeah. Can you put it closer? Okay.
Let's see. Hold on. What about that? How does that
sound? So much better.
Okay, cool. So we're going to leave that there. Okay. So I had two.
And it looks better.
Yeah, exactly. So it's because I'm over here and I'm not in my studio at home. So one of the things is that whenever they talk with signs and symbols. So I may see a pineapple, that means that they're from Florida. They'll kind of like put them all in line and it creates, a sentence. The other thing that they may do is they may show me a whole lot of, or make me feel a lot of feelings and emotions. So when I'm talking to you, I'm giving you words, you're picking them up, you're turning them to a feeling and an emotion, and then you're applying meaning to it. So it's the exact opposite with spirit. And then the last two ways are that they'll try to put me in situations or scenarios that either happen to them, happen to you, or will happen to you, or they'll just do words and phrases. Stay with me for just a second, and let's see what we get. The only thing I really need from you is to tell me, heck yeah, Amy, that makes sense, or no, it doesn't, because I want them to talk. I want them to figure out. I want to figure out what happened to them, what was going on, what were they like, what was their life like, and what do they see for you, So, but if you just do the confirmation, that's it. Of course, if you have any questions, just ask too. But I'm going to do a lot of looking down and at nothing over here. That way I can focus. Hold on. Interesting. I would not expect that. There is somebody, all I do is I just hear them in my head. And they're kind of funny, which is good. But they say, like, they go, I'm back. And I'm like, okay. So there's kind of like this excitement that goes on with this person a little bit, which is nice. What? Interesting. He makes a comment, a gentleman, because you can hear a voice that's a lower frequency. I don't think you have a crazy family at all or anything like that, but he's just talking about the fun or the crazy or something that goes along with the family. We're just going to leave that there. We'll talk about that later. He goes, he says, what, we're here? He's like, we're here. He's like, I'm back in the crazy family. I'm like, oh, okay. He says, what? Maybe we have a lot of yelling, maybe not always bad. It's just, always just trying. Hold on. It just kind of like feels like in my family when I'm like, what are you doing, child? Kind of like having that. That's the way we talk to him. Very like boy momish, right? He says, I have a son. What happened? This man loves you. Loves you. Interesting.
interesting. He keeps talking about wanting to give guidance. He's very quick. He's very fast. It's almost like this gentleman is doing 19 different things at one point so he can get everything done at one time. The way that he feels in my head is like, I'm over here talking to her, I'm talking to you, I'm doing this, I'm over here, I'm this. And it's very almost like chaotic and anxiety for me in a way. It's very interesting. It almost feels like he would have his like hand in a lot of things. I don't know palm trees. Interesting. But y'all are from Florida. Hang on. What?
Trees.
Hold on, don't tell me. Yeah, don't tell me anything yet. Hang on. He just showed me like what would be, my dad used to wear them. You know, those Tommy Bahama shirts that you would button up that would be silk and they would have like the floral print or whatever on them. It's very interesting. I tried to put my husband in one of those and he was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know." So, and he like just showed me that.
You're serious
Huh?
right now? You're serious?
Yeah, why? Yeah, why? Yeah.
That's my dad. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, bud. Okay, yeah. No, this is
Wow.
this is just I'm telling you everything I'm gonna get. So, and we're gonna get even more. So he's trying to learn how he's a flirt too.
Yeah.
He's a flirt because he goes like this. I was
Yeah.
gonna say I'm gonna figure out how he uses me, and he's like, "Oh, I'll use you," and I was like,
God.
"Whatever." So like, there's that little bit of a like dirty old man that goes on here.
Yeah.
He says that. Tell me what he sweet talks everybody. He respects you. He says that you're like his favorite person and like his worst enemy at the same time. So I have no idea what that is. So it's like maybe y'all had like a really hard time but loved each other. We'll go into that. He says that was he like not married to your mother?
When he passed, you mean?
Yeah. Was he divorced from her?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Long
Okay.
time ago, yeah.
Oh,
It's no, but it's yeah, go for it.
okay, so this is weird. I don't really get into this area, but this is what he says.
Yeah.
He says that he's a flirt and that even though he would love her, like she would have a jealous eye. But when he says that she has a jealous eye, he's going around, he's talking to other people too.
Mhm,
Like he's a flirt. And I'm like, well, I would kill you if you did that. So like, you know, I'm just telling him my side too. He says that, tell me. What happened to you? How old are you? He likes to like, he says, "I'm a young man." I'm like, "No, you're not, you're a spirit." So what? He's funny. I'm going to ask him things like, where do you live at? What happened to you? And I'm going to see if he can, I'm glad he didn't commit suicide. That's good. He maybe had a drinking probably at some point, or maybe he was in like society where he did that a lot. Interesting. And like, he's talking about trying to calm down his anxiety. I think he has like ADHD, or maybe he's just very affluent. We'll have to go into that. They kind of like feel the same. He says that, what? He likes nice things. Did he like spend all of his money or something? Was he like really bad with that? I don't know. He goes like this. He's talking about driving in a car and throwing cash out the window. And that for me means a couple of things. Either that means that I'm spending really quickly, or maybe I didn't have any and I want to. I don't know. There's too many symbols for that. He says that he wants you to know that he's here. He wants you to know that he's here. What? He's a good see, I see your father is a really good soul, but he's showing me like these burnished, tarnished areas that he wants to like make up for. And there's a lot, and there's like, and that's, it's just a feeling. And he's wanting to make that up with you too, because you kind of like, you loved him, you supported him, but you also like glazed over it as well. But like, you also wanted him to be a part of your family's life and like a part of your kid's life. And I don't know what he was doing that he's like everywhere all the time, but he like sees this and he should have settled down more, and he should have, I almost feel like maybe he thought work was more important than everything else, or like what he feels like these guys that like run a really multi-million dollar company, and it's like Fred and his partner Tom are more important than the family, right? But it still isn't. So I kind of like half-ass the family. He says that, but he's not from New York. Interesting. He says that
his dad.
Wait, what?
His father was from New York.
New York. Oh, interesting. Yeah, he keeps showing me. He showed me the Twin Towers. That's my symbol for New York. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah, tell me, come here. You can tell me stuff like that. That's fine. If I'm
Okay.
getting it, it makes sense. Cause I'm like, why is he new? I know he's not from there. So he's trying to bring through. Did his dad pass a long time ago? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
when he was
yeah.
young.
Yeah, he says he goes, I said, "Why did you bring up your dad?" And he said he was always like chasing it or something. I think he was upset about his father passing, but he said he was always chasing his dad and if he was going to be a good guy, if he was going to do this. And he says
Yeah.
like I made him proud, but I didn't have to do things the way that I did. And he says but he wanted to see it any other way. He talks really well. So this means what? Tell me. What did he do? Can you show me? I think he had a lot of different jobs. He says, "What did I not do?" Something I would have to say because of how well he talks, something in communication or maybe business, or maybe we'd have to do.
He was in
He's a
radio.
glutton though. He was in
Yeah.
radio.
Radio. That's, yeah, he's great. You said he's a glutton? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
is a glutton.
I
He
know.
is a because and that's not always
Yeah,
bad because he shows
yeah,
me his tummy and
yeah.
how big it can get and he's talking about like if I have brandy or if I eat sweets or if I eat all the seafood or if I eat all of this like I just really like food. He
Yeah.
says he thinks you're a great person. He wants you to like let down like this is going to be hard to say and I don't know another way to say it. He like just for the feeling he wants you to like let down the walls and he wants you to just be like your authentic self and I think you are at this point. I think you're doing a really good job but you still have a lot up. I don't know why or where that comes from, maybe just because of being hurt from other people and like obviously dad is gone too because he's one of your biggest supporters and he loves you but he knows you're like you've been fucked over a lot, FYI. And so you can feel like how you have this very heart gooey squishy center in you but you have like the battlefield up around you and so I just want to let you know that he's trying to help that because he loves you. He says don't get in our way. I'm like I'm not going to, don't worry about it. Oh, what, are y'all in California? Is
Yeah.
that palm trees? Okay, because I'm in California. He says, "How do you like it?" And I was like, "What?" And he's talking about
Yeah.
where I'm, but I'm, what? He's not in the desert though. I don't know. Where were y'all from in Cal, or where was he from in California?
Did you say the desert?
Yeah, desert. Yeah.
Oh, Palm Desert. My mom and yeah, they had a house. Not my father, but there was other family had a house years ago, and we used to go. Me and my dad used to go down there. He loved it. Yeah,
Really? Okay. Oh,
yeah.
how beautiful. Yeah, I'm right outside of Marietta, Temecula, and Palm Desert is where I like to go and like stay in like really nice camping sites so we can see the stars and everything. That's yeah.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh yeah, yeah, it's beautiful." No wonder he likes Tommy Bahama. He says that what? He's like doing this with a pen. I don't know. Well, you don't
Are you
have his
serious?
pens down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's yeah.
Re-
That's he used to click a pen, twirl a pen, and when he was interviewing people, yeah.
Really? Yeah, that's he just I go and I had it over here, I pick it up and he goes like, "I can't twirl it." And then he's like,
Yeah.
he's in my body. What? He says he looks better. He says, "So what happened to you, dude? Tell me. What happened?" He keeps he like you're gross. Hold on. What? Was he like 5'9"? He wasn't over 5'11". How tall was he?
No, you might be getting somebody else. He was tall. Yeah.
He was really
6.
tall.
Yeah.
Interesting. He's sitting
But if
down
you're
with
going
me.
like this, I don't know. Do other people come through? I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
they can. They can. They can.
okay.
Only because there's somebody. He says, well, only reason I say this because he makes a comment that I'm tall. So I'm 6 feet tall. So
Oh,
normally
okay.
that means also that he would be probably shorter than me. That's what I'm going off of. But if he's right at 6 foot or 6'1",
Yeah.
that would make sense too.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
says that because he's a flirt. So what do you have and what happened to you? He's very upset on how he died. It was not glamorous. It was not good. It was not what? How long have you been gone now? You feel like you've been talking really well. No. Yeah, he's been gone less than 5 years because he talks so well. It's probably because he was in radio, so he knows how to pick up the frequencies. He didn't. He's saying COVID schmovid. I wonder if he would have passed like around COVID or with it. I don't think he passed with COVID. What? Come see the old man. So he wasn't taking care of his health at all. Like I don't know if he was. He seems like he goes to the doctor though. That's the whole weird thing. He says that what? Did you not get to say goodbye to him?
Did I not get to?
Yeah, yeah. Because he talks about being away, but like people looking at his body, but like nobody actually got to say like bye, like talking to him bye.
Yeah, I mean, from an iPad, I did.
Oh, that's why. Okay, yeah. He's talking.
Yeah,
yeah. We're gonna leave him. He says that he doesn't like the send off that he got. He doesn't like the buys that he got, and that's probably why. Because obviously things are from an iPad. He says that people are like standing around watching him pass. He's like seeing that. I don't know why. Maybe people are like around his body. I don't know. He says that what? Well, what happened at the end? Tell me. Hold on. Hold on. You celebrate the life. Celebrate the life. I know celebrate the life, but what? Hold on. I think that he keeps showing me hospital, but I feel like he would do things at home. He keeps showing me like long, but did he also have heart problems on top of this all the time?
He had diabetes.
Yeah.
But then we both had COVID at the same time. And I couldn't get a hold of him. And so I know that it wasn't the true COVID, but he was in isolation. I know it was the diabetes that he went into a diabetic shock, and then he ended up having heart attacks in the CAT scans or whatever, MRIs that they kept putting him in through. It was just
terrible. It was terrible.
It was at the beginning of COVID. So
it was. Oh my God. So what, 2019 or when?
It was 2020, that very end,
2020.
Christmas Eve. Yeah.
My daddy died on December 21st of 2019. So we're both.
Oh my gosh. That's fresh.
I get it. Yeah. Yeah. That's why. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting. He said COVID schmovid. So for me, that would mean we're referencing it, but it's not it. And then he keeps talking about how I keep asking him, he keeps talking about being in the hospital, but the way he feels like he was long-term chronically ill, it feels like it would be cancer, but he keeps not showing me cancer. And so then he talks about heart issue.
Yeah.
And so that's why I said, does he also have heart issues? So he's talking about the heart attack.
They said that morning they called me and said, he's had several heart attacks when we keep putting him in the MRI, and it's just time that. And so I went down there. I was hoping he knew when I snuck in the vacuum sealed room for like 2 seconds.
Oh my God, but he never got to say goodbye to you. So you were able to be there, but he never said it back to you.
Not when he passed. I just touched his arm, and then later that night it was I don't know what if he was able to.
This is what he says. He likes that you came in. That was the thing. But he didn't. Your dad is very controlling in a good way. He likes things to go his way. Okay. They didn't go his way. He likes that you came in because he keeps talking about you being able to see him or seeing his body because he's not fully passed yet. So he acknowledges that and he knows that, but he wishes it would have been different. Right. More on his accord. So he knows that you were around. He knows what happened to him, but it was he doesn't like when I say the send off, he doesn't like how it all happened because, and that goes along with what happened with his body, because your dad was grand and fun and eclectic and eccentric, and having this happen this way was like, oh God, that's not a normal thing for him. It's interesting too. Did he he wasn't monitoring his diabetes very well, or diabetes very well?
He said he had gotten it under control, but I mean, it's my dad. I look at him and he just looks like healthy to me, you know.
Mhm.
But then when I had to look at all his medications, I was like, oh dang. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm.
There was like, I was so out of it the month prior, you know, from it was just,
I know, but
yeah, I
I
didn't
know.
know.
I know. It sucked. No, it's he
He would say
he
he
wishes.
was, but we don't know if he really was. You know?
No. I don't think he was to the degree
Yeah.
that he needed to be.
Right.
Okay. So he
Absolutely.
acknowledges that. I would even say, hold on, what? He says he doesn't want to be old. He's not that old when he passes. Hang on now. My dad was 84 when he died. Hang on, let's see. Weird. Is he like, was he in his late 60s when he passed?
7, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My mom is 68 right now, and he keeps circling
Oh,
that number. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm okay. He says that what? He thinks he's doing a good job. He's been trying to contact you. That's what this is for. He
Yeah.
he wants his hair to be fixed.
I combed it in the hospital. I had them
Did you?
comb.
Oh,
I had them comb his hair. I said he needs to look good, you know. So she took a comb and yeah, combed it for him. But he'd always have a comb. Yeah.
the part. Yeah,
It's
that's what
cute.
he. Oh, so now that he knows about that, because he just goes
Yeah.
like he like is in my body, and he goes
He's so
like,
vain. Yeah.
yeah, he is. He's amazing though. He
Yeah.
says that what? So tell me. He likes talking to you on the phone. I know you can't do it anymore, but he likes to just shoot the shit with you on the phone. He says like you don't have, you know, that type of person around you anymore to just do that anymore. He says that he really, really misses it. He likes to like leave. Do you have his voicemail still? Yeah, because he says like, "Hey, sweetie, how are you?" And he's making me hear a voicemail in my head, so it's like we listen to it. Driving in the car with it was a really big thing. In my
Yep.
head, he's like, because that's what he's talking about. He says, "It's interesting. I just see him." That's not too vain. No, it's not. He says red's not his color. It's interesting. He just showed me in like what would be like a red Ferrari with like tan leather seats and like black Ray-Ban glasses. And I'm like, he says that's too vain. And I go, okay. And he's like, black's more my style. I'm like, fine. He says that, tell me. He's hot to trot. He's living a good life. So what? What happened after? Were they playing? Okay, so y'all were okay, good. Y'all were able, hold on. Wait, you were able to have a service for him? You were. But how are you? What is all the video recordings? What is that? Where did y'all like play a lot of video recordings, or what was the video?
It was a huge celebration of life via Zoom, and a lot of people, yeah. And it was, I think it was either today or yesterday would have been the celebration of life anniversary, because we had it a month after he passed, because nobody knew what to do. We were just like, what do we do? So
Oh
yeah,
my God. Wow.
yeah, it was,
Wow. Did
yeah.
y'all play a lot of his like videos with his voice in it or something like that? Did you play a lot of that?
I had one of his voice of when he walked me down the aisle and made a speech. But yeah, that was the only one with his voice on it. Yeah. Of
Okay,
all the videos.
okay, good. So you guys, so this is what he said. He says, tell her it was weird to hear my voice. Like he's talking about
Yeah,
how he
I do
was
it.
there, he was listening to this, and it was weird, not only in him in spirit, but to also like hear his voice with you by your
Yeah.
side. So now that he knows about that, he says that what? He can't eat. He likes to create his own version of heaven. He has dogs with him. He has dogs with him. I think those dogs go with you though too, because he loves them and he's like letting them in, and you can just see two shadows, and I'm like,
Good.
okay, and like they run in for you, so it's so cute. He says that what? Oh, my light just flickered. Interesting. What? He says, with your mother next life, we'll be back together and she'll get me back. So I don't know what is going on with them.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and it's not even like get me,
Yeah,
it's like get me back like the shit that I caused her, like she'll
Yeah.
get me back for that next life, right? He what? He tries every day to talk to you. He tries every day to be a part of your life. He tries and tries. It's very hard because you get really, really sad, but then also you have a lot of stuff going on. And when you don't have a lot of stuff going on, it's like we're always occupied with something. And so he like tries to come in and tries to talk to you. I hope that you see the little signs, which it would just be like things. Oh, what? What about it? Family vacation. Are y'all going to Hawaii?
My kids are going, they're going to go to Hawaii.
Oh, when? When?
I think for their snow week or whatever that is. I guess that's is that President's or do we already have that weekend? I don't know if it's snow. No, that's snow week for Easter vacation. Yeah, spring break. I had to figure
Are
out
they
which
really
one.
going to Hawaii?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Oh, how weird. Okay. I've
Yeah.
never had that come up before. So he
Oh.
goes like this. I said, yeah, this is not a normal thing. I asked him, I go, so what do you want to talk about? He says, I'm going with them on vacation. And I said, well, where are you going? Where are you going? And he says, to Hawaii. And I go, oh, okay. So just know he's going to go with your kids to Hawaii to watch them.
Interesting.
So he's just letting me know. Yeah, I haven't been to Hawaii. He says that, tell me.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
He says, "Oh, it's great." Yeah, he says it can be great. It can be great. He wants to go. So no wonder if he hasn't had it either. No wonder he's going to do it. Yeah, he says that. What? Interesting. Is the person okay? So you're actively in a relationship right now? Yeah. Okay. And then he's not the asshole from before, right? Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, what?
There's something about somebody. He says like something about separated, and he says like asshole. And I was like, okay, who are we with? What is that? What's happening with that? So maybe he's talking about somebody now, or maybe he's talking about somebody previous. Do we have kids with this one? No, you're paused. Come
no.
back. There. Okay. 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 You don't have kids with this one right now? Okay.
No.
Yeah. Have you thought about splitting up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just
No,
telling you.
Please. Yeah.
Yeah. He says, I don't really ever have spirit talk about stuff like this, especially this blatant. He talks about person we're with. He says, we're not married. So maybe we're just dating them, or maybe we're just with them right now. And he says, asshole. And he says, split up.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know.
Okay. So whenever you get a chance, because he doesn't like the way that people talk to you. He's talking about bah, 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 bah. So like people are not very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you deserve better and more. Okay. So is your dad around? Absolutely. Is he trying to be with you? Absolutely. Has he left you? No. Is he okay? Yes. And I don't want you to have any guilt from him. He didn't pass in a great way, but I can also tell you that he's fine, and he's having a good life. But I need you to have a good life too. Okay. So do you have, for right now, before I let you go, because I got to go to my next session too.
Okay.
Do you have any questions at all for me or anything?
Did any babies come through?
Oh, let's see. Hang on. I can ask for him. Let's see. Do you have a little girl?
I have a daughter. Yeah.
You do. Okay, perfect. Interesting. They're talking about, somebody says like something about princess. That's why I'm like, okay. So they're talking about princess. I go, okay. They're talking about how, give me a second. Hold on. Interesting. Did we have oh my God. Did you have like, I don't even want to call it a miscarriage. Did you have to have like a DNC?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna leave this.
Yeah. No, I just want to know if they're okay.
Yeah, they are. They are. I would say that there's two for some reason in my head. That's just what it brings up over and over again. And they feel masculine, which is interesting. So I don't know if one was a lot younger than the other one, and one of them is definitely masculine, and the other one is just kind of like would be. But I can also tell you that they're fine. That they're
Okay.
fine. Did this happen in between our kids?
Yeah, one was before I had an abortion, before my daughter was born.
Yeah.
And that's a DNC, right? And then my daughter, and then my husband and I got pregnant again.
Yeah.
And again, and it was just bad. Yeah, it was bad.
I know. Let me tell you that one of those, well, I don't want you to have a whole lot of guilt. We know that there was a lot of stuff going on, and if we would have had these babies, it would have been even more difficult on you.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I will let you know, right? For some reason, it feels like one of them is in this walking around on Earth again, but then this other one, or the other ones, are there, and it feels very masculine. So I can tell you they have them. Okay. So if I'm going to tell you a couple of things. So number one, if you need me or if you have any questions, just email me. Okay. Another thing too, if you need me again or anything, just email me again. The other thing that I want you to do is tonight, do some soul searching. You know, think, are you worth it? Think, are you worth it to be happy? I think you are on every level. I want you to know that your dad's around you and that he loves you and he hasn't left you. And from one person that lost their dad to another right around Christmas, it sucked. I want to let you know that they're always watching you too, and that you can talk to him anytime you want. It just may be a little bit hard to hear them, but he's not leaving you. Yours is much more rambunctious than mine, though.
Can I tell you one thing? Thank you. Can I tell you one thing? When you said Tommy Bahama,
what's up?
If you look up my dad's name, like after all this, then you'll see he was a pretty remarkable guy, but he was a big, really big in the community, government affairs and all that. But he's originally from Covina, California. Yeah. So down near where you're at. And he worked at this Bahuka restaurant, which is a French Polynesian restaurant, like years and years and years ago. So his philosophy was, when he worked, he would, and I quote, wear a Tommy Bahama. So PG&E actually made for him, for his 20 years working there, every single day, he'd wear Tommy. I don't know if you could see it. And his name was Tom.
It's Tom. Oh my God.
Tommy,
Yes, I can see the green shirt. I can see the green shirt.
I mean, he did not have a suit and tie. It was always, so everyone at his Zoom, memorial wore Hawaiian shirts, and because he didn't believe in it, and it was all nonprofit work. So he was always doing this, that, the other. I mean, really just giving. And one other thing was about his dad.
Yeah.
After his dad passed, one of his baseball friends from childhood said, after his dad passed, it just seemed like he wanted, to make him proud and work like he did and do better and better. And so you said something that touched exactly on it. So
yeah, because he was
a flirt, and that grosses me out. Oh my God.
I know, but that's how he is, and he hasn't left that. Okay, so tell him you love him. You're welcome, and if you need me, let me know. You got it?
Okay, thank you.
All right, love you.
Love you.